Hi, and welcome back to Hook Eat Up. As promised, this is my third installment on how to use the Epis marinated grilled chicken in a recipe. Now this recipe is going to be a dinner recipe that's going to be very simple and easy for you to replicate. To make this recipe, you're going to need the following ingredients. You're going to need some fresh asparagus, 2 fillets of the Epis marinated chicken, a spat of butter, 2 cloves of garlic, and I have here a sweet potato that's already been baked just to speed this process up. Now what you can do is just wrap it in foil, pop it in your oven for about 45 minutes to an hour before you get started on this dish, and this will allow you to bring it all together really quickly. So the first thing I'm going to do is get started on my asparagus. I'm going to take these rubber bands off, and typically for asparagus, I think of a serving size being like a fistful. So you could grab it, wrap your fingers around it. It's about, a toilet paper tube thickness or so. Maybe 6 to 10 stalks of asparagus, depending on the size of the asparagus. These guys are a bit skinny, so I'm grabbing a nice healthy handful. Now that's going to cook up for just about 1 serving. So once I have that parted out, what I'm going to do is I'll grab a knife, and I like to line these all up just to have all of the heads of the asparagus facing the same direction, and I'll cut off about the bottom 2 inches of the asparagus. Now this gets the tough pieces off and away. Now I'm going to just put this back in the oven to reheat. It's been cooled down. I'm going to let it heat for about 5 to 7 minutes as I get the rest of this going. Now, since everything is already cooked in advance, it's just a matter of sauteing the asparagus and getting everything brought up to temperature. In the skillet, I brought some extra virgin olive oil to high heat, and I'm going to pan, sear, and roast the asparagus. Now once the oil starts to smoke, I'm going to drop in my asparagus. You should hear it sizzling. Now as the asparagus starts to sear, I'm going to slice up these 2 cloves of garlic. Now, I'm only going to be using 1 clove per serving, and I plan on making 2 servings, so 1 clove at a time. Now I'm just going to salt and pepper this up. Give it a nice little sauce here. Now, a minute before I'm done with this, I'm going to take about half a tablespoon of butter, drop it right on top of the asparagus, and then I'm going to take this garlic as well and put it on top of the asparagus and the butter. By putting it on top of the asparagus as it's on saute, it prevents the garlic from coming in contact with the pan and burning. The butter is going to seep down, flavor up that asparagus real nice, and then the garlic is going to start to take on some of the heat, soften up a bit, and share the flavor. And then we'll give it a final toss. And just to get the chicken heated up, I'm also going to take one of the chicken breasts and put it right across the asparagus or even on the pan, just for the last minute so we can warm the chicken. Now to plate and serve this is relatively simple. I'm just going to grab a plate here. And the first thing I'm going to set down is the asparagus. So the asparagus here, just make sure that your asparagus tips are all in the same direction. I think it presents a lot better that way. Put some of that garlic up. Make sure that's sprinkled about as well. And then I'm going to grab my heated sweet potato. I'm just going to unroll this, and there's going to be a little sauce and the juices from the sweet potato as you unwrap it. If it's too hot, you will get burned, so you might want to give it some time to cool down. But dish warmed up just enough for us to serve. So I'm just gonna split this down the center, peel back the skin. The inside should be nice and soft. I'm just gonna mash it a bit right in its own skin, just to change the texture. And then I'm gonna spoon that right out into the asparagus. It's nice bright orange color. Spoon that right across the center there. Last thing, I'm gonna grab my chicken and just lay it right across the top. And I am done with a very simple dish. And there you have it, your simple dinner recipe using the Epis marinated chicken. Now if you don't already have the recipe for how to make this chicken, I'm going to insert a link right here, and the videos to follow will feature both how to prepare the Epis and how to make the chicken. Now if you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section below. Thank you for joining me at Hook Eat Up. Take care.